How difficult has it been for you being in the spotlight? And this question is for both of you, but how difficult has it been for you in the past few years being in this spotlight and having such a public relationship, Miranda?
It really hasn't been that difficult for me. I kind of understood what this world looked like already, so I was prepared as best as one can be who hasn't fully experienced it. But honestly, I also am just focusing on the positive. So there are obviously hard things and there's people who have opinions and blah, 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 but I'm just trying to stay focused and positive and passionate about the projects that we're working on and happy within our life and our marriage, and that's really where my mind is.
I mean, nothing's private anymore except for the stuff that's private. And that's because I feel more comfortable. I know that someone has my back and that there is an understanding that we are allowing the world into our relationship here and there, but we are crafting the narrative ourselves and not just letting, you know, a mag tell a story that we have no say in. You know, with the podcast, you're able to dive into who we are, how we speak to each other, what we feel, what we think. And with our YouTube channel, that happened as well. And I think that if you take care of the story and you create that bubble, then you know what's going to happen in the future. You know, we respect each other first and foremost. We're besties first and foremost. We're lovers. We're business partners. And we know that there is a common goal. There is a goal to reach for us. And to reach that goal, we have to be focused. We have to grind. And we have to allow a couple people in, but just enough so that you understand who we are. So the decisions that we make in the future make sense.
It's like a family restaurant.
I was actually shocked. I think it was a few months ago when the whole NDA story came out. I was shocked that that was even out there, that y'all even spoke about it.
She put that out there.
I didn't even know what was going on. I think I blacked out during that interview. And then my wife's like, you told people you had an NDA? I was like, what?
Well, I said it because I didn't even know what had happened, but I started getting text messages from people asking me, is it true that you signed this? Like friends of mine. And I was like, what's happening right now?
I had no idea what was going on either.
It's all how I met.
I have to be careful. Like, I have to stay in a conversation. I'm sorry, I have to do interviews with my wife because otherwise I don't know what I say. She has to keep tabs on me.
What gave you the gall or the audacity to say, you know what, no, I love you and I'm not doing that. I'm not signing none of that.
Well, see, here's the deal. I did sign it. So I don't know, like, these stories are getting so messed up. So Raven...
Twisting up. Look at her face, though.
I didn't do nothing.
Okay, so I don't know what you said on How I Met Us podcast, but what I know is that she said, you gotta sign this, and I was like, wow, that's really sad. I don't want to sign that. Because it made me feel like, wow, everything in her life is basically this contractual agreement, even her love life. But then we had to talk about it, and she was like, listen, if you want to date me, like, you have to sign this. And I said,
my wife is also a Leo. She has no problem saying no to me or anyone else in her life, or not getting her answers met. I'm sorry, her needs met. But I did it.
What's your thought on that new trend that's out, that's called, you know, everyone's taking Ozempic. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I have pre-diabetes in my family and diabetes in my family. And if I'm not careful with my intake of types of foods, I am more susceptible of getting diabetes. So I think it's very important that we understand certain medications are made for certain people and to not take that away just for glamazon purposes. However, for those who need it, I know people that are on it as well, and they need it, and it definitely helps to regulate hormones. I think it's sad because we can regulate our own hormones and manage our sugar levels by eating the correct foods and cutting our addiction of sugar off. But we'll get there. When we get there, do what you gotta do. Just make sure you save some medication for the people that actually need it.
How do you both feel the most confident? What do you do to feel the most confident?
Honey, I wake up.
There you go. Okay. Period.
I woke up like this. Go ahead, babes. I'll answer after you.
No, you go first. I have to think about it.
Confidence. You know, confidence is an interesting thing because you can have more confidence in one area than another, and you can be overconfident. It can come off cocky, but then you're actually just really self-assured. For me, I had a wonderful tape of I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the best. I refused to lose while I was growing up. That was the mentality instilled in me. So there's certain things where it's like, obviously, like plain and simple, like no question about it. And then there are certain things that I just realized today with my wife that I'm like, I need validation. Am I good? And I'm like, whoa, I'm not used to that feeling because I've always put myself in positions where I know I'm the, you know what I mean? And it's funny because it's hard to have, but it is a mentality that you yourself have to nourish and that your parents have to nourish with you as well. And if you don't have that self-confidence, it will crumble other parts of your life and it will fester like a really bad blister in your relationships, in your career. And I think that it's really important. It's hard to maintain it and it's hard to grow it as an adult, but I think anything is possible if you really, really set your mind to it.
I agree with that. I think for me, confidence goes hand in hand with esteemable acts. So it's like if I have a goal and I set out and I complete that goal, that helps build my self-esteem, which then makes me feel more confident, which then makes me feel more capable. So it's those little acts of
Building blocks.
Yeah, exactly. It's the building blocks that help you feel more grounded and secure in yourself or proud of yourself. And then all of a sudden you're like, look at me. I woke up like this.